Welcome everyone. Hello, 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 hello. I am Elise coming in from Pine Lake, Georgia. Welcome everyone who's coming in from the live stream and all of you around the country and around the world joining the daily antidote of song today. We have had our guest has had a family emergency and we're going to reschedule Mary Flower for another time. So Erin and I are your team. We are hosting, teching, and singing. Both of us, we're so happy that we can both be here. So thank you, Erin, for jumping in, and thank you all for being here. So I'd like to say hi to everyone. Um, Hello to Jojo, who is traveling yet again. Thank you for organizing us. And thank you, Erin, for always being ready to make us look and sound so good. Hello, Bob and Mabel and the Bears. And Carolyn today on her iPad with a beautiful rainbow behind her. Hello, Athena. So good to see you. And Trish and Victoria and Becky and Nancy with your Irish cow, and Ann in Knoxville. Hello, Aloysius. Oh, he's somewhere very interesting. Susan G on day 1, 2, 4, 5. Thank you, Susan, for keeping me on time. Hello, Martha in Oregon, Sheila in Florida, and Cricket dancing in Maryland. Hello, Kate in Charlottesville, and Jim Harkless, so good to sing with you anytime I can. Hello, Bonnie and Ione in Michigan. Hello, Sue in Seattle, and Bob and Kathleen in Albuquerque. Hello, Karen in Salem, Oregon, and Storm, no hat today. Hello, Nancy and Annette in California. Hello, Anne in Silver Spring. Hello, Gary, finding us a solution every single day. And Fred in Silver Spring. He can hear really well because he's got his earphones on. Hello, Kat in Vermont, and Deli, and Caroline in DC, Elizabeth, and Ray, and KM, and LMG, and K in Texas, and Hoda, and Don, and the Curly Tops, and Ann, and Moon, and Sandy in Western NC. I hope I got everyone on the way in, but if I didn't, I will get you on the way out. I am hosting and teching and musicking. I'm not really teching. Erin is doing that, but we're hosting together. And I am going to today share a song with you that was written for my students at the Global Village Project. It's a very simple song, but it is very fun to sing. And it's about one of my favorite subjects, the subject of water. And so the song itself, it has words that repeat. So there's 3 lines and each of the line repeats. And the first time you sing it, you are a river. So you're moving musically. And the second time the river arrives in the lake. And so we hold that note. So I'm going to sing this song for you one time and then I'll teach it. It's not difficult, but it's called Flow, River, Flow. And it was written by Elliot Ray, who is a beautiful musician from Tennessee. However, he moved to Atlanta and came and was one of my music teacher assistants at the Global Village Project. And then online, he met someone from Singapore, and they are married and have 2 children and live in Singapore. So Elliot Ray is one of our global participants at the Global Village Project, and I'm so happy to share his music with you here, because he's written several songs that we love. Anyway, here's how the song goes. I'm going to sing it for you one time. I'll play it on guitar, and then I'll show you the ending things. Flow, river, flow, flow on through. Flow, river, flow, flow on through. How can I know where you're going to? How can I know where you're going to? I can only know if I go with you. I can only know if I go with you. And it's a round because those 3 parts go together. So here's the first part. And I think I've talked about this before, but let's talk about my palindromic keyboard. So a lot of times when people think about music, they think about high notes and low notes, right? So we're like really messing up the alignment of our spine and our whole body. So what I like to think about is a piano. So I'm playing a piano out this way, or a keyboard, whatever. And then I have a mirror piano going the other way. So my low notes are down here and I get higher and higher. And as I get higher, of course, I'm making more space in my ribs as well. So it's just like opening up the whole the body cavity, the body instrument that we have. So here's the first part. And try this with your hands so you don't have to know how to play a piano. So it goes like this. Flow, river, flow, flow on through. Try that. Flow, river, flow, flow on through. And then the second time says, flow, river, flow, flow on through. And if you just look at Sheila in Florida's background, her beautiful background, we can get inspired by the water behind her. So let's try those two together. Ready? Flow, river, flow, flow on through. Flow, river, flow, flow on through. Good. Second line. How can I know where you're going to? Try that. How can I know where you're going to? Good. And then the second half of that one goes, how can I know where you're going to? Right? And then the last part is the high one. It goes, I can only know if I go with you. Try that. I can only know if I go with you. Second half. I can only know if I go with you. And in the actual song, we don't hold those last ones so long because they're in time. Let's try that whole third part. Ready? I can only know if I go with you. I can only know if I go with you. All right, let's do the whole thing. So it'll be the first one, parts 1 and 2, second one, part 1 and 2, third, etc. Let's try it. Here we go. 1, 2, breathing. Flow, river, flow, flow on through. Flow, river, flow, flow on through. How can I know where you're going to? How can I know where you're going to? I can only know if I go with you. I can only know if I go with you. Flow, river, flow, flow on through. Flow, river, flow, flow on through. How can I know where you're going to? How can I know where you're going to? I can only know if I go with you. I can only know if I go with you. How's that going? You ready to try it as a round? So it's 3 parts. You can start wherever you like, and all 3 of those parts go together. I'm going to play the recording, and this is my students at Global Village Project singing this song, so you can sing along with them. Flow, river, flow. This is my students from 2015, 2016. I guess we have that. Here we go. Can you hear it okay? Here we go.
Flow, river, flow, flow on through. Flow, river, flow, flow on through. How can I know where you're going to? How can I know where you're going to? I can only know if I go with you. I can only know if I go with
Part
you.
1.
Flow, river, flow, flow on through. Flow, river, flow, flow on
Here comes the
through.
round.
How can I know where flow on through? How can I know where flow on through? How can I know where you're going to?
And unlike some rounds where you like to have one part, sort of each part going out one at a time, this one is really nice for all the parts to end at the same time. So we have that harmony going. How did that go? Yeah, I saw that's beautiful. Yes. Do you like the palindromic? Some people it drives crazy, and that's fine. But it really helps me, and it gets me out of the high and the low thing, and just kind of when I teach, I find that people get the notes really quickly by showing them in this way. So yeah. So let's see, Erin, where did you go? Are you still here?
I'm popping around.
There you
Do I
are.
pop up for you here on my screen? I'm front and center, so I see myself
Front and
just fine.
center again.
That's a
Good.
gorgeous song.
Isn't it
It's
lovely?
really beautiful.
It's so simple, and it's been a big hit at my school, and it helps us like to sing harmony. I
Yeah.
love one of the things I like to do, and some of you have sung live with me before. Once we get it going, and this is what we're going to do once we're all together, right, with our daily antidote vehicle. You all know about that. Um, one of the things I like to do is once we have all the parts going, that each person can step into the circle and stop singing and close their eyes and just turn your head because your ears are on different part, in directions, and just listen for those different parts. Listening for the individual voices, listening for the parts, and then listening to how that whole song comes together in harmony. Yeah, this is
That is such a wonderful and tangible experience for what it's like to build a community of singers and what it's like to build a chorus. I
yes,
mean, it's so important when you're singing with other people. The training that you receive on how to sing is, of course, inherently at the end of the day, it's all very similar, but it's so different whether you're trained to be one voice of many versus whether you're trained to be singing on your own. And it's so important to have both in order to really well round your instrument as an artist. But that is such a special and unique opportunity to really experience what it means to truly listen to every other voice in the space and what it means to let that wrap around you and how you listen while you sing, because it's so hard to be thinking about the voice and the sound that you're making while simultaneously
exactly.
thinking about what is the sound we're all producing together.
Right. And you're
Just also, that's how life is too.
right, you're making the sound, and you're also like trying to make a beautiful unison, right, with your partners in harmony, and it's like literally matching waveforms, right? It's like harder to be just a teeny bit off because the waves literally like bump in the air. And
Absolutely. That's what creates that sort of dissonant sound, even when everyone's singing the same note or the same melody. Even then, it can sound like you're not quite if you're not completely locked in with each other.
ooh,
It's
the
one of the
waves.
hardest things.
And so, yeah, and then coming back from listening and coming back in and singing and listening at the same time. I mean, it sounds so straightforward, but it's actually very complex.
It's very hard. It's a great way to get yourself out of your own head, because when you're singing in a group, I think we can get so focused on what is my voice doing? What am I doing? Am I doing the right thing? Am I singing the right notes? Am I on the right pitch? Am I remembering my words? That sometimes we forget that there isn't that kind of pressure in this way. We actually have this entire huge, beautiful community of other voices to support us.
I just see we have some fun things in the chat here. The dandelion in behind me, yes, it's definitely, thank you, Bob. It's definitely from Bread and Puppet. And they're doing a performance on the Cambridge Common. Oh my goodness. I don't think I have enough time to get there. But do you see above what we have? We have the beautiful from the Daily Antidote. Is it from the quilt? It's from the project. It's from one of the art projects. The fabulous quilt. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. When we'll make a stop on our daily antidote tour here in my office, so you can see all the crazy things that are around here. Um, let's see. I was just going to say one other thing about this song is going to be one of the songs that goes in the Global Village Project songbook that I'm working on, the 15th anniversary. 53 original songs that were written by, for, or with, and with the Global Village Project students. So I'm excited. And I know that all of you are planning your travel now for February 24th. That will be our songbook release concert. Coming in from, I see Trish will be coming in from Victoria. Sheila's flying up with her river from Florida. You know, Kathleen's coming all the way from Albuquerque, and so on and so forth. Annette is going to come from California and maybe pick up the folks in Albuquerque and etc. So February 24th, y'all mark your calendars.
So exciting.
I know some of y'all start school after Labor Day, which is the right time to start school, but sadly, here in Georgia, we start in August. So we're already in our, like, getting ready for our 4th week.
I can't even imagine that. My brain is so in the zone of, oh my gosh, school starts on Tuesday, and you know that all of the excitement and terror that comes with
Yes.
that. I can't even imagine being already in week number 4.
Wow, New Mexico started in August as well. And Sheila, that's beautiful. The park just south of Gainesville was where your river is, in the middle of the state, a lot of natural lands and parks. Payne's Prairie, that's a beautiful part of the country. I really think yeah, I think about South Georgia and North Florida should really be a state because of the way that they are geographically and the nature there.
Very similar.
And then South Florida is its own, like,
So different. Very different.
misguided attempt by educators, legislators to have more instructional days before testing. Oh my gosh.
Yes, that's true. Don't even get me started on the school calendar and all of the things that are done for the reasons that they're done, because oh boy, that's what I've been in meetings about
Wow.
all week, and I am exhausted.
You teach
But
drama?
I do. I teach drama, and this is my first year as a full-time faculty member at the school that I've been teaching at for the past 2 years. And so I'm incredibly excited and also terrified and feeling a huge range of feelings.
Well, let's sing the song again, shall we?
Please let's
So do
sing
you
us
want to
out.
do it with me playing guitar and not having the harmonies and you all making your harmonies at home, or should we do it with the harmonies going on the recording? What do you all think?
I think, would you give us one all the way through with your guitar and we can sing whichever part of it that we choose, and then put your guitar down and click play,
I will
and
do
then we can get both.
I will do that.
Thank you so much, Elise.
All right, here we go. Are you breathing? Here we go. Flow, river, flow, flow on through. Flow, river, flow, flow on through. How can I know where you're going to? How can I know where you're going to? I can only know if I go with you. I can only know if I go with you. Before I press play, I just wanted to say one more quick thing. When I think about how can I know where you're going to, sometimes I like to sing, how can I know where I'm going to? Because that also works. Okay, now we're going to hear, we heard my students from 2015-16. Now we're going to hear them from 16-17. I hope this is good.
Flow, river, flow, flow on through. Flow, river, flow, flow on through. How can I know where you're going to? How can I know
All right. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Elise. That was the most beautiful way to start our weekend, and I can't think of a better way to go out into the rest of our day. Thank you so much, everyone. Give a big round of applause.
Yay! So let me say farewell to each and every one of you because I'm so happy to always be here. And today was a surprise to host and and share all of that with Erin. So we will have Mary Flower back. She's a wonderful blues guitarist from the Los Angeles area, and I'm sad that she had a family emergency, but she's very excited to come with us sometime. So thank you, Erin, for bringing us all together, keeping us looking and sounding so good. Thank you, Bob and Mabel and all your bears. Have a great time seeing Bread and Puppet. Wish I could be there with you. Thank you, Carolyn and Athena. Thank you, Trish and Victoria, Carolyn and Ann in Knoxville. Thank you, Susan G. on day 1002, day 1245 in Cincinnati. Thank you, Martha in Oregon. Thank you, Sheila, with your beautiful river in Florida. Thank you, Cricket Dancing in Maryland. Kate in Charlottesville. Thank you, Bonnie and Ione in Michigan, and Sue in Seattle. Thank you, Kathleen in Albuquerque, and Storm. Thank you, Nancy and Annette in California. Thank you, Anne in Silver Spring, and Gary finding us solutions, and Fred in Silver Spring. Thank you, Kat in Vermont, and Deli and Anne in Nashville, and Arlene in Berkeley. I love your hat. Thank you to Jamie and Victoria, Kevin in New Hampshire. Thank you, Elizabeth in California, and Diane. I hope that fan is keeping you cool. And thank you, Caroline in DC. Jo, she says she's in Tacoma Park, but I think she's actually in New Hampshire. Thank you, Kathy in Virginia, LMG, Kay in Texas, Hoda, way over on the northwest coast, and Dawn and the beautiful curly tops. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful weekend. Hope to see you again soon. Mwah!